Welcome back to J. Marie Speaks. We are beginning season 5. Get excited, everyone. We have now been doing our audio podcast now for over a year. And I want to, before I get started with season 5, is to give a special thanks and a shout out to everyone who takes the time to listen to my podcast. You are so greatly appreciated. I'm hoping that you are enjoying the lessons. If you want to connect with me, I do have a Facebook page. It's j.marie, Marie, space speaks. And you'll see of course, you all will see my face. And if you want to connect with me there, you can message me through the j.marie speaks page. If there are particular topics that you want to hear about, discuss, or talk about, hey, connect with me there. I am building that page up as a new page. So definitely join me there. I'm also on Instagram and YouTube too. I am going to start beginning doing some weekly series on YouTube. And I haven't 100% decided yet, but on my business page also. So I've got a lot of things in the works, but it's just continuing to find a way to reach my global audience. And you are my viewers. You all tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. What do you want to hear? And so again, thank you. So with that being said, let's get into it. Finding Your Purpose, Season 5, Episode 1. Who am I? Purpose has many definitions, but you must find how it applies to your life. Our lives change daily. When we are born, we are equipped with everything that we need to fulfill our purpose in life. You heard me correctly. Everything you need has always been inside of you. Unfortunately, the situations and vessels called parents may have a negative or positive influence on when our gifts show up in our life. Children are innocent and without corruption. They develop learned behaviors based on their surroundings or environments. To my audience, some of you are so used to trusting the information of others that you fail to hear your own voice. Nature is a very important part of becoming who we are. I believe that we have a mission when we arrive on earth. No matter what happens to you, eventually your life's assignment or mission will be fulfilled, and only then will our bodies die. Note, I said our bodies or flesh will die. We are foolish if we believe that life stops at death. If this was the case, then everything that Jesus Christ stood for is a lie. We are connected spiritually to this world and beyond. Everything that has life comes from God or our Creator. I understand that various religious beliefs are out here, but connecting with the message of love and hope is one that I will always support. God gives us free will, meaning you have the freedom to choose to serve Him or not. I don't debate the gender of God with anyone, but I do refer to Him as He. Sometimes we get caught up with things that shouldn't matter and miss the entire message. I want you all to stop fighting against who you were ordained to be. I get it. Many people are dealing with abandonment issues, what mama did, what daddy did, or what they didn't do, molestation, rape, all of those things. I get it. But understand that everything that has happened to you has shaped you to be the person that you are today. Do you like yourself? If you don't like who you are, then do the work to change who you are for yourself. If you want your purpose to be unveiled, You must develop a personal relationship with God for yourself. You can play the checkers game of guessing or play chess and win the game of life. To win the game of life, you must have strategy and purpose. You can't sit idle and expect everything to be handed to you. Even rich people must put in work to make good investments, which will help them maintain their wealth. I get it. Everyone does not have a leg up in the world, but that does not mean that you can't make it. I want you to transition your thought process from I can't to I can, because words have power. And I need you all to remember that. Say it with me. Words have power. So I need you all to speak life over your situation, speak life over your circumstances, speak life over your finances. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, who am I? I have. I want you to be honest with yourself. Clearly define who you are individually and what is your purpose. What will be your legacy once you depart from this world? Keep in mind your obituary is your life's resume. What do you want your obituary to say? How are you wanting people to remember you as a person? If you can't clearly answer this question, then you have some soul searching to do. My goal for this series is to provide guidance on helping you find your purpose. I can provide tips and best practices, but ultimately it is up to you to do the work. Release the expectation that this world owes you anything. Open your mind and your heart to save yourself from self-sabotage and destruction. Every day, I strive to become a better version of myself. Some days are better than others, but I developed a relationship with God, so I no longer feel lonely, abandoned, or any of those feelings that kept me from becoming powerful. I am powerful because I am equipped with God's vision for my life. And every day I am intentional with making it come to pass. At one point in my life, I was so lost and felt like my existence didn't even matter. Thoughts of suicide would cross my mind, and people that I loved mentally made me feel worthless and unwanted. But God picked me up from that very dark place and saved me. I saw it in a dream. I remember it like yesterday. I was terrified and was plagued with thoughts of failure. I saw his light and was immediately delivered, and I woke up. I didn't realize that the dream reflected my life's journey. I tried to go to church, but the devil was there too. People were so judgmental. Instead of building me up, they were used by evil to break me down, and it almost destroyed me. I was church hurt, y'all. And church hurt is something that's real. It is a form of trauma. But I need you all to remember that those people that hurt you don't reflect God's light. The church itself, the building, is like a hospital. You're supposed to be able to go there to not just be happy, but also to get your spirit revived, resurrected, to bring your spirit back to health. It's like a spiritual hospital. You got the physical hospital for your flesh. You've got the church, which is your spiritual hospital. And sometimes we may end up in the wrong hospital or the wrong church for our spirits. That doesn't mean that you stop. Because my mom always said you become like the 5 people that you hang around. You hang around 5 broke people, you're the 6. 5 rich people, you're the 6. 5 depressed people, you become the 6th person. So you want to hang around people that have like spirits that are going to uplift you. And we'll talk about this later in the subsequent sessions or episodes. And we're gonna talk about finding your tribe. So I need y'all to stay with me. Stay with me now. I want y'all to keep in mind, visualize this. I was angry with God because I didn't know any better. I'm like, how are these people of God? Is this really how God is? And I was wrong. Because the devil be in church too. I did not even want to talk to him and question God's very existence. I questioned God's very existence. And those that know me truly, know how I grew up and everything else, understand that my childhood was not always the best. You know what I'm saying? And I made the most of the happy times that I had. So all I've ever had was God. And so for me to question God's existence when I didn't have anybody else, I had God. I know it was like a slap in God's face. And I had to be in a deep place of pain for me to even think that was okay. That I hope that gives you an idea of how lost I was and how broken I was. And just to know that regardless of the brokenness that I felt, God still saw value in my life. And he knows what my destiny and the plan is for my life. And for me to realize that everything that I went through was because I was strong enough to go through it. That was my cross to bear. And I carried that cross, but I was not crucified. It wasn't until I was on my deathbed that I realized the true power of God. I asked for a second chance, and God granted me that chance. The doctors couldn't explain to my family how I survived, other than a miracle. From that day forward, God revealed the many purposes that he has for my life. Many of them have been fulfilled. I still have more to go, but one of the greatest purposes I had is motherhood and serving my community. This is a daily practice for me. I am honored that he has entrusted me with this assignment. Serving the global community is the current assignment. It has challenges, but I can overcome them. This is the power of having a positive mindset. I ask that you stick with me on this journey of change. Do you know who you are? I love Disney Plus movies, and one of my favorite is Moana. And, you know, the grandmother throughout the entire movie was, since Moana was a child, her grandmother knew that she was chosen for greatness. You know, her parents couldn't see it, but her grandmother saw it. And she nurtured it in her own way. And when she realized that her parents were not going to support this young girl's purpose, her grandmother took it into her own hands to show her who she was, to let her know she wasn't crazy for feeling the way that she was on the inside, because she doubted and she was going to conform to the ideas of her parents, of her village, so on and so forth. And she would have missed her purpose because someone didn't believe in her enough to know that that was the calling for her life. I ask that you stick with me on this journey of change, like I said. Do you know who you are? That's a question I want y'all to answer now. I do. And I have a desire to help you find your purpose too. Thank you for tuning into my podcast, J. Marie Speaks. Join me for for episode 2 of Finding Your Purpose. Our next episode is going to be called Whispers. I'm going to teach y'all how to cut out some of the noise of the past and that of the present so you can have a successful future. Thank you.